Good morning, everybody. Aloha, everyone. And I am coming to you live from some beautiful place here in Paso Robles. It's a beautiful park. I love parks. What is the point of this story? Well, today I'd like to talk about relationship and relationships. And I'm not an authority on anyone's relationships but my own. And what my experience has taught me as is that in order to gain a richer perspective of life, it is important to harbor honest and true relationships that harmonize with who you are. And it's important to surround yourself with people who are totally fine with just you being you. So, in my own experience, what I would do was to attract to me the kind of people I needed. Because we don't get what we want in this life, we get what we are. And in my lesser developed stages in life, I certainly attracted some good teachers. And, my approach to relationships was, what's in it for me? And is it any wonder why I got the same type of person involved in a relationship? We were both two egos wanting to control rather than co-create. But again, there are no missteps. There's only the challenges that get us to new levels of awareness. And I'm always very grateful to anyone whom I've had the pleasure of sharing a bit of my life with, and they sharing a bit of their lives with me. So, in order to start attracting more of what I wanted to see show up in my life, I needed to spend some time away from everybody. And so that is kind of what I'm doing on a larger scale and for different reasons. I remain single because when you're on a journey, there's no telling where the journey will take you. The best you can do is set an intention for what it is you want to appear in your life. And then keep that secret. Keep it to yourself. If it's your biggest dream, don't tell anybody about it. Because it loses, at least in my experience, steam and power and gets opened up to criticism, which is fine. But that criticism also serves as energy, which can counteract your good intentions. So, but back to relationships. I also used to think that my source of happiness was outside of myself. And in what I've discovered is that I am always my own source of happiness, just like anyone that I get involved with would be their own source of happiness. And when I can tell the difference between the way I fell in love when I was in my 20s and how it feels to be in that same space and have that same experience without it being anything like it was in my 20s, which is amazing because you can be free always. And when all the people in your life feel that they can be themselves around you, and most especially you feel that you can be yourself around yourself, oh my gosh. Well, we're all attracting more and more of what we want to be in this life. So, keep up your four agreements. Always be impeccable with your word, because your word is a creative force. don't make any assumptions, which leads you to ask questions and become curious about life. Always do your best, whatever that may be, and your best is going to change from day to day. But as long as you can say that you've done your best, you're there. We're all getting there. And then don't take anything personally, because whatever anybody else says about you, or even says about this life, is really just their own dream. And there's no way you can know what is inside anyone's head, except your own. And so when nothing that anyone does to you is about you, it's always about them and how they perceive the world, and you as one of those individuals or objects in the world that they perceive. Hey, Will. Dude, how's it going down under? Good to hear from you. You were one of the first dudes that individuals, Facebook peeps, that came up and was like, what's up? I'm so glad. See what just adding somebody to the conversation does? Anyway, I'm going to post this on the groups, keep it kind of short. I just had a wild hair and I was like, you know what? The sun's rising. It's a new day. We're all rising like the mighty phoenix from out of our old selves and into our new selves. And if your life has been falling apart, then you're on the right track, because it's going to come together in a very special and magical way. So keep those positive relationships going, and be good to one another. And aloha.